Tama Youth and Young Red Bulls equal agreement say player Joseph Paintsil a brandy unbobo papa. But that transfer a blessing as I curse. And I'm home I had disqualified as a group from contesting Jeffrey elections. And they another rule and samba about Tiano. Nina say almost agreement say a top player now 70% because Tama Youth 30% because Young Red Bulls.
The Young Red Bulls the any kitu
30% of the transfer value. In fact, say 1 city crowd 30%, 2 cities 30%. On the first value, this is the agreement. And I mean, Chadie, you are top player, 3 million euros. It is the biggest transfer in Ghana's football history. The biggest transfer in Ghana's football history. Now, say the TNA. Petitions in this echo say Eric Players Committee say agreement in 1 year. But trebi, but training na. Let's carry we jet tria. Inti Players Committee and you muska.
First no training
kaka. And the breakdown of ska we training in our high bekum. Near the breakdown I'm Ghana. Okay. On the 14th of August 2018, 144,800 Ghana cedis utria. What you say? Check lodged. I don't know. And after the same 14th into different year checks of 3. You know the same dates and I was so and I face FAB check number and so a year 144,000 and a coye 18th September and also FAB and also 7,000 and a coye 19th October 2018 2018 and so 250,000 Ghana cedis and a coye 7th April 2019 and also 10,000 and a coye and at 20th March 2019 30,000 and Utriaye. And after 2nd April 2019, 12,000. It is so the last payment a 14th May 2021 and no 10,000. We have we training na Adiama Young a Red Buller a 690,800 Ghana cedis, equivalent of 122,000 euros at an exchange rate of 5 cedis 70 pesos to 1 euros. Intimation and so as at August 2018. Inti way and my brantiano it's a call player status committee. Inti player status committee no edi ekoma Palmer and also the defense a buy. A 13-page document. Some because a code in a more a call. Inti power so any defense score. I'm a counter acquisition some buy. I'm also counter defense as a counter response as a coy. Now ruling no any decision from the player status committee. After carefully analyzing and putting facts together, the committee is convinced that the exhibited payments extract from the bank statement from both First Atlantic Bank and Stanbic, both belonging to the petitioner, clearly showing huge sums of various payments from respondent Tama Youth to the petitioner, Young Red Bulls, could only have been forwarded, or could only have been towards fulfilling obligation of honoring the agreement of 27th January 2015 that was duly signed by both parties. Account by witness, player no soon friend man di adanse maybe the agreement between two parties no Tama Youth witnessed by the president Palmer and I face Young Red Bulls almost opinion so assigning. That agreement was signed on the 27th of January 2015 when the boy was transferred from Young Red Bulls to Tama Youth. And player also your friend man be di adanse. Non player no player history, playing history. Obedi adanse. Maybe the adanse no so ediama Ghana for. Also laid to rest the controversy of players playing history and further gave credence to the agreement signed between the two parties. By the terms of the agreement, the respondent was required to have paid the petitioner a total of 900,000 euros, representing 30% of 3 million. Okay. considering that the player was sold to a KRC gang for 3 million euros. Respondent paid a total and candidate of 690 representing us at this time. Tamayut SC, represented by their chief executive officer, President Wilfred Osei-Kweku Palmer, shall therefore pay an outstanding balance of 778,807 euros to Young Red Bulls FC, represented by their president, Henry Aqua, within 1 month after the letter has been finished, and the former with bank details of his choice. Failure to honor this decision, respondent shall be referred to the disciplinary committee for further actions as per Article 15 of the disciplinary code of the December 18, 2019 statute. Signed, Isahaku Al-Hassan, and a chairman of the PSC, and a general secretary, Prosper Harrison Ado Esquire, also the stamp Abosso. But reading this document, I find some basis of the claim. The agreement signed on the 15th is not in doubt. Of the 70-30% agreement, it is not in doubt. Was never questioned. In my mind, that agreement stands.
So that's the basis for.
Throughout this petition, back and forth, the letter signed by both parties was not questioned, was not challenged. So in my mind, it's a credible document of 30-70 agreement. I find this portion also very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And I would, and even the committee also alluded to that. So, and Pama challenged one, the jurisdiction of the committee. The jurisdiction of the committee said, committee knew to me. So also transfer also. And these are his reasons. And I'll quote the relevant portions. Okay.
Player Status Committee.
Any jurisdiction. Okay. And he made legal arguments out of it. Jurisdiction.
It's page 3.
Page 3. Jurisdiction. Or say, before attempting to investigate, I'm responsible to the jurisdiction.
Okay.
Palm at the end on jurisdiction. Palm at the end on jurisdiction. Okay. In response to the petition dated 4th April 2022, the respondent claimed that the Player Status Committee lacked jurisdiction in this matter since petitioner is status barred from making his claim. The respondent argument was that the agreement they signed was in 2015, so petitioner cannot make a claim now since it is past 2 years. The respondent relied on the GFA Division 1 League regulations, Article 13, Clause 4, which states the GFA Player Status Committee, the disciplinary committee or the dispute resolution chamber, as the case may be, into brackets, shall not address any dispute under this regulation if more than 2 years has elapsed from the event giving rise to the dispute, where any basis. Now, the response from the Committee on Jurisdiction. Before attempting to investigate an investigation and analysis of the petition, the committee first of all tried to establish whether it lacked jurisdiction in this matter, since the respondent relied on Article 31, Clause 4 of the GFA Division 1 League regulation. In terms of attempts dealing with the issue of jurisdiction. The GFA Player Status Committee, the disciplinary committee of the dispute, or the dispute, okay, where they kind first, response. The key phrase in this article is, and I quote, it's in quote, event giving rise to the dispute, unquote. It should be noted that there are a few scenarios in this dispute where the committee will either lack or have jurisdiction. 1, the agreement for the share of sale was signed by petitioner and respondent on the 21st January 2015. Assuming by the 21st January 2017, the respondent had not yet been paid, petitioner could not have made a claim. Yet the 2 years would have elapsed. Say, yes, an agreement, what on player, and so me nya attend bia se me jim sika 2 years bro so and the mean to me ma me and no and now be case committee no any jurisdiction event here kicks in only when the respondent paid the petitioner of is paid. The petitioner fails to make a claim and kind it out. 2. The second scenario is where the respondent is paid or on a said date, but the petitioner fails to put it in claim after 2 years. In this case, failure to pursue payment 2 years after the payment is issued renders the petitioner out of time. 3. The third scenario relates to the petition. After the transfer of the player, in the summer window of 2018, respondent received payment by June 2018. Respondent began a series of payments to petitioner from 14th August 2018 to 16th April 2021, where payment stopped without paying the entire sum due. In this case, the event that triggered the petition or dispute was the abrupt termination of payment of the sum being claimed and not the date the agreement was signed. And neither the date respondent was paid. And see, I'm dealing with jurisdiction, which is for me a very solid argument.
Yes, a solid argument
to make. But I also have disagreements. And the disagreements I have also quoted on player passports. On player passports. Now, I'll take my evidence from page 10. The player in question, John Paintsil, was called as witness. And I want you to who ruling now, Alan. But so do be our underline word be me. Now, how ne be me basis for disagreeing with the committee on the player passport issue. The player passport is an account by witness, Joseph Paintsil. To further appreciate the controversy surrounding the player's playing history in Ghana, the committee decided to surprise the player with a call at his base in Belgium. This was carried out by the chairman of the committee with the secretary to the committee who took down notes. The player was used as a witness. The player indicated that he played for Fadama Ayas FC and was later transferred to Red Bull Soccer Academy. More underline Red Bull Soccer Academy.
Then Red Bull Soccer Academy.
Now Wafa. It's more underlines how Red Bull Soccer Academy.
It's not now Wafa. Red Bull de Eguye. Red Bull.
In fact, in Gusa, the stadium is now still called Red Bull Arena.
No, but I mean the club.
No, the club in there. But I think there's some agreement
that
they are still maintaining some rights because the stadium is still called Red Bull Arena.
Yeah.
And to be underlining Red Bull Soccer Academy. However, soon after, Red Bull Soccer Academy went into problems and folded up. Player was told to look for clubs. Players were told to look for clubs. He said one coach Isaka and your friend Harry Akwano and a fan who happens to be the petitioner in this case, registered him in his club called Young Red Bulls FC. According to witness, it was during his playing time with Young Red Bulls FC that Mr. Wilfred Kwekwo of Temayut SC spotted him and expressed interest in him. He was subsequently transferred by Henry Akwa of Young Red Bulls to Temayut FC. Now, someone underline word no.
Red Bull.
You go player passport no, and it is established here. Okay. Was investigations and analysis. The respondent failed to provide the player passport to support claim that petitioner name was not on the player passport of the player. Palmer argued that indeed Young Red Bulls no here on the player passport no one team in him.
Young Red Bull of Cape Coast.
And him. Yeah. And also not the registered player no.
Also case.
And him. But committee we say they went to the IT department and I read. The committee therefore contacted the IT department of the GFA, where registration documents are stored to get an official copy of the player passport. The committee took note of the following, and the full history is here. 2009 to 2010, 1st August 2009 to 31st July 2010. The age, 12. Permanent. Registration, permanent.
Permanent registration.
Permanent registration. Player status, no amateur, of course, no 12 years, no do major yet. Team, no bono, Fadama FC.
Okay.
Category.
Fadama
Ayas FC. Young caught the following year, 2010, 2011. And also no 13 years. Still no amateur, Fadama Ayas FC. 1st August 2011 to 15th March 2012. Permanent deal from Fadama Ayas FC into how many years? 3 years.
3 years.
Now, this is why it's interesting. 2011, 2012. 15th March 2012 to 31st July 2012. Permanent deal. Amateur, Young Red Bull FC.
Okay.
And Abesho.
That's for the record from the IT department.
IT department
of Ghana
of the
Football
Association.
Association. Okay.
There is no mention of Red Bull Soccer Academy. What is captured here is Young Red Bull FC from Fadama Ayas FC. Until 2012-2013,
It's
still
still-
Red Bull. 2013-2014, still Young Red Bulls. 2014-2015, still Young Red Bulls FC. 2014-2015, and we know what the 18 years. From 15th October 2014 to 31st July 2015, permanent deal, professional contract, Tema Youth FC.
What it that means is that in a player no ankasa na dance the mu chere say Osi Academy Red Bull Soccer Academy. But in the player's passport as
na
provided
F4
by the
no.
IT department,
There
you know,
is no mention
mention of a Red Bull Soccer Academy. So,
Let's just say Abrante no call Red Bull.
Oko Red Bull. In fact,
the player-
let me also say this: that and then Nipa also only Young Red Bulls. No, he was a coach at Red Bull Soccer Academy.
Okay.
It's the unfolding up, no, and a boy, you know, ebedi ni side.
Be in his side.
So I, for me, I struggle to understand why
Now,
the committee will admit some evidence from the player, but will fail to acknowledge that the player no Red Bull Soccer Academy.
because we have player
But you
passport
use the
here,
player passport.
which
Yeah,
then
yeah.
anyway
Yeah.
we use no as
the
basis
basis
no.
now.
Player no HS or ball.
Red Bull Soccer
But in
Academy.
this player passport now, the IT department no,
Any
it
buy,
provide here no,
any-
and any
so
and they I was expecting say
They will do
come
further
back-
investigation.
and I say I
That's it.
raise it.
that's it.
In fact, they
issues
should have even
on,
raised it in their
decision.
Yeah.
Now they raised it. They tried to justify it, and that's why I have a problem.
Say edin om ga say eh
Say,
edin sentina
Edin
eta
na betima
potential
mistake.
we see.
As a committee, I don't expect them to be saying
No,
that.
Debbie, you don't say that.
As a committee, you deal with facts available to you.
Me did
Don't
the
make
me did
conjecture.
the me did
Only sure that you
Bre-
cross check
you-
again.
Yes.
me did the George Mahama.
Yes.
Me Mahama no end with H.
H.
It is say ukọ baabi na say. Me akọ try the H and so a. Untimi I give say because me ne president Mahama de no essenti untimi fa we nkogina baabi a. Untimi fa nkogina baabi a ma ne nye
And I find that very curious. Very, very curious.
untimi fa nkogina baabi a.
That in fact,
Wona wo twa omo.
Wona wo jama and can't nipa no defense on.
Omo as lawyers ni nim say ye ndwi mo
Hey,
bi.
untimi obi. Unka obi asem ma no. What you say? Now the committee is not speaking and defending the position of the petitioner. I find that very, very surprising and curious.
Me no ya adwen ho no pa.
But
Me no ya adwen.
no, there's something I missed here.
They should argue their case.
Argue
Based
their
on the
case.
facts
Just
available,
that,
no.
just like Muko IT department ko retrieve we buy no. Now we call it the Mama Joanna phone say it is not the respondent, and even though he made that point,
Yeah.
the player in question, I'm going to find witness, no, says in club way. And any player pass to ma immediately would bring raise eyebrows.
Yes.
Players of boy you. In the night, Red Bull Academy was a Division 1 club.
Nka ha
Yeah.
no koraa no.
Well,
Wosɛ-
it's one club, yes.
tie, adeɛ bɛtumi nka bɛboa committee no paa ne sɛ time a na wopɛ sɛ cross check no you go to the IT department straight away na woakɔ Cape Coast RFA
Onko ho nyina.
nti
Ɔmo
wonya
akɔ nyinaa.
information
Ɔmo kan
wie
wei
a-
na ne nyinaa,
wonya information ne nyinaa wie a then this is the information available na player na ba bɛ dispute sɛ oh ɛyɛ nokorɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ wate aseɛ but sɛ wokɔ bisa player no na player no kyerɛ wo sɛ
Okay. When I'm
Me ball.
in the issue of the player passport. In view of this controversy regarding the player's journey of football, the committee relied on the official player passport. It was furnished with from the relevant department of the FA, as well as rely on the evidence deduced by the witness. You did not rely on the player evidence. If you rely on the player evidence, and that's why I disagree, you know. And Kaboom said Castle about Red Bull Soccer Academy. So you did not, and that's where I have a difficulty. Which happens to be the player himself. The evidence extracted from the player closely corroborates information on the official player passport before the committee. The committee, however, noted that in the player passport, the next club after Fadama Ayas FC should have Red Bull Soccer Academy instead of Young Red Bulls FC, as the player transitioned from Red Bull Soccer Academy to Young Red Bull FC. This presumably might be a typographical error because of the close affinity in the names of the two clubs.
You see, Brenya, you see, the man is strange because any defense now, say between the two clubs, Red Bull Soccer Academy was more popular.
Well, done. So it can be
there was say mum and
Red Bull Soccer Academy, not the
other way around.
Not the other way around. So I find this very, very, very curious. Very, 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 very curious. Very curious. One other point, so I'm finding very curious, and say, and the respondent made this point. Allah, me also
page say,
page say,
na me call
on the issue of they agreed to send the boy on loan.
Yes.
I find that also very curious. I find that very, very, very curious. Because at the time the boy was transferred, he was an asset of Tema Youth, not an asset of young Red Bulls.
Yeah, as at that time, no. So now, Oma transfer no they are called Tema Youth. And if there should be any transfer, biana Tema Youth and a and that's all give permission and as be any free. The other club run says Ansana obe transfer na the woman say o transfer no wie na se ska bi wo mu a ska no na or gene percentage sanity it as to how much obe transfer no and those no money nyina no ni nyina no e ye wo adwuma na wo interest but enye wo the only says or transfer player ni wie a ska na e be pim no adwo percentage 30%.
And how the committee agreed with the position of the petitioner. So this is the breakdown. So far, this is the breakdown.
Yeah,
and,
you see,
and you have dealt with the pros and cons of the breakdown.
Is it?
You have to record say tomorrow for our penny decision, but we'll keep an eye closely on it.
Yeah, maybe me brief comment and say after reading the entire document, you know, any decision I buy, you know, if didn't hear me choice of words, if said the almost tetino says sa ena Tema Youth present your case, no sa pepe and it's here. They bring up say some of more arguments now put up no. Na edin say betimi enye kunimdie for this a case. Yes.
I think that from where I sit, their strongest point of all the argument they propose and defense of the buyer will be the player passport.
Yes.
But who say player passport? No. Player passport, one thing is about for training and compensation. It's not about transfer fee. What you say? It be a while. No. At times, you know, player passport, it be a while. I refer to me ba. Utimi team be film. A while, na team na kai say player we cry no yate say sika bia ba ye cry no kan ho. So when you go, you are able to raise your argument. Then ampa mi bo team bi wa ha.
No.
Player passport different. Player passport.
The man way different say. Fadama Ayas FC, Emma Palmer letter. Just said they didn't transfer the boy from their club to Young Red Bull FC.
Fadama Ayas for no. Omuma letter.
As part of Tema Youth for evidence. The letter from the boys' school's club.
Okay.
Fadama Ayas FC. Eko se omodie ni konya minim ni omon transfer boy bia Joseph Paintsil Emma Young Red Bulls FC. Indeed, transfer no call Red Bull Soccer Academy. Palmer's argument is that Young Red Bulls no omon register Joseph Paintsil. That's the argument. That they did not register Joseph Paintsil.
But then a player passport no on the
that is what
IT
Palmer
department
is challenging.
Okay.
That way a forgery. Palmer's case that way a forgery. Because on no player passport or register player no na Young Red Bull FC bia enka. In fact, clubs any woman Fadama Ayas FC and a Red Bull Soccer Academy.
But Brenya, we no enko wie no e wom say in Palmer's case no defense ne say scanner tuatua na for scouting
on defense
because say scanner tuatua na claim say me can claim say eno part of SR 30% na Palmer tuatua na ketenkete no Palmer defense ne say and as the my defense ne say na enye 30% ni bi no mutua no scouting no panyin no adwuma de mo it is scouting duties who sika na etua eno na na said status committee no also angiantum but if to establish me ba
also Okamba said there was an agreement signed
between the two parties
there no the agreement
on what transfer
me ba but Palmer no actually say and no after having found out say there was a forgery somewhere no do decide say me tia it when the enye for sa a friend say it's can be na o tia
Alan agreement no musa ye no it was for on war
there be Palmer argument
no say later no finding out say
agreement was signing because no say player near the player but later
no nim say Isaka ni player.
But later, no find out say Fadama for no.
Well, Isaka na the boy no court him youth.
Yes.
Isaka na the boy no court him
youth. Yes. Only boy no court him youth.
And only Palmer signed that agreement.
But later, Palmer argument say who say there be
the boy no abebe deceive you.
Na Fadama Munkra player. Enya wo player.
Okay. So the Fadama for the benefited from the that he transfer na.
There be
almost
eti isi Brenya. The other me be some when they say what's a question no any na say e wom so the argument ni dey aba let's assume say e na great for scouting but senior scouts in there any na say can no e dey scan no otua
eno kwa na ema committee so committee use that as
yes.
the basis that so far so what advances car and man
I shall say otua no
track ama won se botua and ska otua so nyiska ketua
because is it
130,000 euros nyiska ketua
because scanner e no there are no footnotes be a clear the bank we say ma mo hu say na for scouting so what you say and na we know also kire say
receipt be
the 30% but committee fees once almost agreement you know agreement you know sikari be na wa say there otua but
anyways
you see afutuo back ni am dey ma all clubs say okofa player any free baby Brenya na say player no nya baby jina say oton no a obi e deserve bibi wo ma fana de ma no
especially junior clubs in the ombre pa
because omo bre pa
but as they didn't be assembly be seen no say amano nsem wo yebeka I mean can be kakre ma na a wedding dress worth 20,000 Ghana cedis was also bought for a petitioner's wife.
Yes. Ampa. We was say na down for no. Say omo be pa. Omo close. Eti fact on nenam. So ati wedding gown.
A wedding dress worth 20,000 Ghana cedis was also bought for the petitioner's wife. The which order not here.
Ebu ni say
20,000.
Eti order ni nyina say.
Case ni na.
I shall which order here.
There was an agreement, but they already
Jesus Christ
from Ghana Football Association there was an agreement of 30% onward transfer. Eno eya dey ayo ho. Eno mo aye adwuma so ache. Palmer ne boy na nanti ache. What you say? Na like Alan kan no e yafutu di mo bia. Ene uni o che say o sister kura na company na mo kwa ko adwuma.
The Bama Palmer assign an agreement of 30%. If them na madwene wa menti ase.
Say Ebiana a friend.
No, so ton plan $100,000 cost 30% for youth team. This is too much.
I'm on for be sign.
30 no there.
Let me my toe. okay, the player, the team also argue say on one man.
There be player no.
man.
That's it. Scout no Isaka now your coach what am you to know or no na di player na buy. No na di buy. Because tama na you for do up no
so
Red Bull soccer.
Unim they suspect. And this is not being without being
even not club krana it might be say personally no me na me the player na buy.
That is what I suspect say.
Me na me the player na buy.
When register player no our club BM. But Red Bull agu akwana na makola. Right?
Nti upe no.
Me kola.
But you can so be an club.
Be so go club, me go club man am say akwana dey be dia. Be only commercial rights in the boy. Nti J me turn him out. Nti on your transfer be am 30%. I think that is the correct case. I think in my mind this is the correct situation.
It happened to a lot of players.
And yes, or resign my club be
It happened to a lot of.
It's yeah, wait there. Na Reya scan bi da ho.
Masa na question obi say Alan T.
Na sema obi say
question obi say.
Oh, say what tema. Oh, do be tema you find.
Question obi say.
Oh, be tema you.
Tie. Question obi say me den you ano.
Say o be tema you fe bi o ha.
Oh, masa tie me. Me den you ano.
Me say ebi o ha obi hu.
Oh, masa.
Ebi o ha ebetumi atua saa ayi no.
Masa pa no Oscar oh.
Oh, menka so dis. Menka sa.
Pama.
Men pese mi hu. Say sporting director.
They say Alan Obisa say o ha onko tuya na.
There be pese mi hu say ko ba say okọ appeal na anye yi. Enim say pa me nye den a anye yi a ebi e be ko cast. Se ni na kwa na se ni na anye yi a ebi ho.
Yeah, because we issue.
Yeah, we tu na still ano. Ye nye bi e dey ahwetema you.
Issue we no.
And na pese mi hu.
Idea back I find very strange. Issue say it could do FIFA.
Yeah.
There's no way say Temayu for Casa Temayu to be any tear did more case. So could do her because
my
FIFA
prejudice it we mean be of FIBA. But my aim prejudice it. Yeah. Mean say FIFA very strict on solidarity ni.
So say grassroots we
very
when you agro.
But say you pray how they aim fancy.
Me the question let me be say.
Oh, Alan Jai.
Appeal no.
Alan Jai.
What obi so say shame na machinations bia.
Omunyai.
Yes.
And yet
Omunyai.
Na say ko World Cup yi ma obi afofo nya ka ho bo.
Onokwa.
So be shame and I so omunyai.
But say Palmer any Isaka assign 30% a year and no so ho. And no so say adan no musa ye then
but say unia so I didn't say to trust but so yi nsamba.
That be nsamba. I didn't
say so what you be
Weber
and payment start here 14th August.
But na for scouting.
2018 and we tria abedru 14th May 2021. It is can what you power. What you over 122,000 euros.
You see? Where?
Sort if you
no see.
oh yeah Juma.
But as me idea this area for scouting. The Palmer the bus yen scouting no matter.
And
Kolani we see.
And the scout your mom free
eti for infantry say when they see ala na see.
Oh for now they see.
Biasamba
yeah bekom. The be say no questions be was ade we.
Bebre.
So baby say date ben kra no body salute no kra de ma Palmer. What you say? A lot of questions. Who's Alaji Gede? Eric. Now or church near mama but now as a no music Alaji as a on near the no enkai verdict now. A Ghana Football Association. Ediabano.